Hi, I'm here to talk about my evaluation question number 4. The question asks, what new technologies did we use in our planning and research stages, our development stage, and our evaluation stages? I'm going to begin with the technologies I use with my evaluations, because I'm doing my evaluation now. Currently, I am using a software called QuickTime Player. It's an application on the iMac computers which enables you to video record yourself or take pictures of yourself. I'm using this to present, obviously, my question 4. I've also used it to present my question 1 and my question 3. I used it because instead of writing long paragraphs, I thought it would be easier to explain and just talk to the camera. It seems more natural, more easier. So yeah, that's one of the technologies I've used. Another technology I've used is a software called Prezi. Well, it's a website called Prezi.com. Prezi is almost like a better way of a PowerPoint. So instead of using traditional things such as PowerPoint to present my work, I thought I would use Prezi, which was recommended to me. At first, I didn't know how to use Prezi when I was first introduced to it, but it's not as hard as it may seem. One thing I learned about Prezi is that it does not work on iMac computers. It only works on standard normal computers. So a lot of my Prezi work was done at home or in the LRC. Prezi is different because they offer you different kinds of layouts depending on what your subject is that you want to present. But it's really good. You can add pictures, you can add videos, you can add new frames. It's almost like a video of a PowerPoint. So I've used that, copied and pasted it onto my Weebly page so that it's as a URL so that you can just click on it and then go straight onto my Prezi presentation. Also, I used Final Cut Pro to edit some of my QuickTime Player videos. I used it for my question 1 and question 3. In my question 1, I used Final Cut Pro and I put some words and pictures on the side of my video so it looks more visual and so that what I'm talking about can also be seen by whoever's watching it. It wasn't hard because I learned how to add things like text and images to my to videos in Final Cut Pro in the beginning of the year, so it was quite easy and straightforward. I also added some background music to make my presentation sound a bit better and look a bit better. That also wasn't hard because during the making of my trailer, I created the ambient sound. So it wasn't that difficult. I used Final Cut Pro, but not Sound Cut Pro. I just added the sound onto the video. I did end up using PowerPoint, but only for a short time. Like I used PowerPoint for my question number 4 in my evaluation to present how I use technology in the planning and research stages. I chose to use PowerPoint because I thought I'm using all these new technologies. Why not use the traditional ones? And plus, with PowerPoint, you can add a lot of images. Not that you can't with any other technology, but I thought it would be better if I did use it. That's why I'm making a video also to add to that presentation on Microsoft PowerPoint. In my development stages, there was plenty new technology anyway, very new technology. One of them is Final Cut Pro. I got a tutorial on Final Cut Pro in the beginning of the year, which basically that tutorial was just about getting 3 different kinds of clips and putting them together. No effects, no text, no nothing, just putting the clips together, learning how to drag video clips onto the actual timeline on Final Cut Pro. And then through the months, I looked at tutorials myself on YouTube. I asked other people how they did this, how they did that, and with that, I learned how to use Final Cut Pro. I learned how to add sound to my Final Cut Pro, how to add text to Final Cut Pro, and also how to fade things out and in on Final Cut Pro, whether it's sound or the actual video fading out using the special tools. I learned how to use Sound Cut Pro because I wasn't in charge of sound at first during my trailer, but I had to do it by default. But it was very hard at first finding which sound will fit our trailer and going through all the sounds within the Soundcut Pro within Soundtrack Pro library. So at first it was a bit hard, but then I got used to it. I found the sounds that I needed. I dragged them more, and I started adding more sounds to it so that it can sound more professional, so that it can suit our trailer more. I learned how to bring our video, our trailer onto Soundcut Pro in order to make sure that the sounds are in the right places and the drops are in the right places, or certain things are in the right places. We also learned how to use the Canon 550D. In first year, we only used those cameras to take pictures, whereas in this year, we learned how to do it, on a tripod, different angles, how to record, how to focus while recording, how to do the autofocus, those kind of things to make our shots look even better. We use different kind of shots. Sometimes the camera was handheld, sometimes the camera was on a tripod. Not much technology was used, apart from those were the main things: the camera, tripod, Final Cut Pro, Soundtrack Pro. We use other things on the internet, such as Dafont.com, which I was also familiar with because of my previous year media. Dafont.com is a website that offers you different kinds of font to suit different kinds of genre, different kinds of subjects. So you just go on it, either look for the subgenre that you're looking for. For example, I went on there and I clicked horror or gothic, those type of writings, and then you just download it onto the computer that way. And then we use that for our poster, our magazine, and our trailer. The fonts within those. I also used Photoshop. I also used Photoshop CS6. I was also familiar with Photoshop because of my previous year. However, in this year, I learned a few more tricks. Whilst creating my movie poster, I learned how to blur out some. Basically, there's a special tool. I call it the makeup tool. There's a special tool on Photoshop that helps you cut out people's spots on their faces. It's almost like a airbrush tool. It makes the character look a bit better, a little bit more glam. So I use tools such as that. I also used paint bucket tools. I played around with the image mode on my images that I took for the poster and the magazine. This allowed me to either change it from grayscale or index color or lab color, to make the images look a bit better.